Good morning. This is blog number 3, and I'm going to go over some questions that was given to me. One of the questions is, how would you define the Black family? I would define the Black family as being strong, resilient survivors, cooperative, responsible, loving, and traditional. Um, I think even in present time, we still incorporate these characteristics into the family structure. Um, and these characteristics have, been passed down since the Black diaspora, and I believe even, prior to the pre-Columbus um, times as well too, um, since uh, the ancient, Africans of Kemet. My next question is, um, what knowledge base are you using to define the Black family? Well, my knowledge base comes from my own personal experiences, um, clients that I've worked with, and sharing their stories about their family and their family structure, traveling to different parts of the world, and looking at the family dynamics in in different countries and different states. Um, I believe they still hold a lot of those characteristics and are very traditional, um, and have a sense of their heritage. Um, the next question is, how will the knowledge you have learned impact your social work practice? Um, Gaining the knowledge through this course has helped me to identify that the academia arena is based from a very European perspective and is in its distorted information. As a prospective social work practitioner and examining dominant cultures, information and theories used to understand Black families and Black individuals in the population of social work practice is harmful and inappropriate. It continues to perpetuate Black families being oppressed and powerless through their approaches and methods and attempts to heal. The next question is, how will Africana critical theory influence social research? Um, it's my understanding that through the world, Africans and African people of descent have continued to experience treatment and effects of racism, oppression, powerlessness, and hopelessness from the diaspora. It's important um, as a perspective, social scientist and researcher, um, that I and we critically analyze the information of the lives of Africans and African people of descent, um, so that our narrative about our population, since it's been distorted through the eyes of the European, it's necessary that we appropriate that information so that we can empower ourselves and liberate ourselves, and also just get accurate information. Um, in addition, my purpose um, in research would to focus on how to unlock and liberate ourselves from the legacy of white scholarship and mental slavery, and defining a African theoretical analysis of the African people as a whole. Um, a fourth, the fourth question is, what are 3 important concepts you have learned from the readings of your discussions? Um, One is that dominant culture controls the information. Those who control the information control. And so it's important for us to um, have the correct narrative and tell a story from Black scholarship, Black historians, and other Black professionals, um, so that we can have a shift in the narrative. And those before us are doing that, and we need to continue to do that and push against this false narrative about ourselves and about our history, heritage, and culture. Another thing that I learned about um, is the importance of liberation. We as Black people need to liberate ourselves from mental slavery, so that we can have a sense of who we are as a people, have a sense of culture, tradition, heritage, and know our history. If you do not know any of those things, um, you really have no sense of where you're going, no direction of where you're going. So I think that's very important. Um, and lastly, um, we as African people need our own education system um, that is reaffirming. Europeans or dominant culture have an education system that is, constantly um, affirming themselves, and so we need to have one um, in our own right. And I believe that's important to educate our people and include all these important things about our past and about who we are, so they can know thyself.